value your time. Motivational story. In English, life-changing lesson. Motivation. The whispers of regret can haunt us far longer than any melody of success. But what if the greatest treasure we possess isn't gold or power, but the very moments ticking away? In a tranquil village, where the scent of blossoming jasmine often filled the air, lived a young boy named Ravi. His mind was a dazzling gem, sparkling with intelligence that earned the admiration of all. Teachers sang his praises, and his parents swelled with pride at their brilliant son. Yet beneath this veneer of brilliance lay a dangerous flaw. Ravi squandered the most precious commodity of all, time. Instead of immersing himself in books, his days melted into endless games with friends, hours lost in the digital glow of his phone, an idle chatter that stretched into twilight. His parents, with loving concern, often tried to impress upon him the profound importance of time, but their words seemed to vanish into thin air. Ravi, with the boundless confidence of youth, truly believed he had an abundance of it. "I'll do everything later," he'd muse. "For now, let me simply revel in life's fleeting joys." Then came the day of reckoning, the annual exam results. Once a source of eager anticipation, landed like a thunderbolt. To Ravi's utter shock, his scores plummeted far below expectations, a stark contrast to his usual academic triumphs. The teachers who had once lauded him now cast gazes of profound disappointment. Even his friends, who had marveled at his sharp intellect, began to drift away, leaving him in a sudden, chilling solitude. When Ravi returned home, the sight of his parents, their eyes mirroring deep disappointment as they clutched his report card, ignited a tempest of guilt and frustration within his heart. He raged inwardly, a silent scream of anger at himself, yet he felt utterly lost, unsure how to steer his life's ship away from these treacherous waters. That night, seeking solace and wisdom, Ravi found himself beside his grandfather, a venerable elder whose presence exuded a quiet strength and deep respect within the village. Confused and burdened, he poured out his anxieties. "Grandpa," he began, his voice laced with bewilderment, "I cannot fathom why I failed. I have always been a good student." His grandfather listened with infinite patience, a gentle smile gracing his lips. "My son," he responded, his voice a soothing balm, "your intelligence is not the issue. The true problem lies in your disregard for time. Time, my dear boy, is a jewel beyond measure. When used wisely, it is a compass to success, but squandered, it becomes a relentless current, pulling you backward." Still bewildered, Ravi pressed, "But Grandpa, we always have time, don't we? I can always accomplish things later, right?" His grandfather's expression grew solemn, his gaze piercing through Ravi's naivete. "No, my child," he firmly stated. "Time is like a river. Once the water has flowed past, it never, ever returns. Allow me to share a story that will illuminate this profound truth. Long ago, there reigned a mighty king named Vikram, whose wealth was immense, his palaces grand, and his servants countless. Yet he harbored a fatal flaw. He frittered away his precious hours on trivial pursuits. Instead of presiding over his court, He would vanish for hours with his companions, perpetually postponing crucial matters. "I'll do it tomorrow," was his constant refrain. One day, a wise sage, cloaked in humility, appeared before the king's court. "Your Majesty," the sage intoned, his voice resonating with quiet authority, "you possess everything, yet you are carelessly squandering your most invaluable treasure, time. If you do not wield it with wisdom, you will inevitably face bitter regret one day." The king, arrogant in his abundance, merely laughed, dismissing the sage's warning with a wave of his hand. "I have an eternity of time," he scoffed. "I can do as I please, whenever I please." The sage sighed, a silent lament. "Do not treat time lightly," he warned. "It possesses the power to dismantle even the greatest of kings." Years rolled by, swift and unforgiving. The king aged, his health withered, and his once glorious kingdom began to suffer, its people losing faith in their complacent ruler. His soldiers, once invincible, began to taste defeat, and his once prosperous empire started to crumble, grain by painful grain. At last, the stark reality of his egregious error dawned upon the king. Desperate, he sought out the sage, yearning for guidance, but the sage had vanished, leaving no trace. Regret, a cold, heavy stone, settled in his heart, but it was a realization that arrived tragically late. Time, the very essence he had dismissed, had slipped through his fingers, irretrievable. All his vast wealth and formidable power could not snatch back what was lost. In the end, King Vikram, a broken monarch, finally grasped the agonizing truth. Time is the real treasure. Ravi sat in profound silence, the story echoing in the chambers of his mind. For the first time, he truly comprehended the sheer volume of time he had carelessly cast aside. Looking at his grandfather, a fragile hope emerged. "Grandpa," he asked, his voice barely a whisper, "is it too late for me to change?" His grandfather's smile was warm, a comforting embrace. "Of course not, my son," he reassured. "The wheel of time, though ceaseless, offers a new beginning with every turn. If you begin to harness your time wisely starting today, nothing can impede your journey to success. But always remember, never postpone what you can accomplish today." That very day, a firm resolve hardened within Ravi's spirit. He meticulously crafted a daily schedule, assigning dedicated hours to each task, a blueprint for his newfound discipline. He began to rise with the sun, his focus sharpening on his studies, diligently sidestepping the siren calls of distraction. Slowly, painstakingly, the fruits of his relentless efforts began to emerge. In the subsequent exams, Ravi not only showed remarkable improvement, but he soared to the top of his class, a testament to his renewed commitment. As the years unfolded, he matured into a remarkably successful businessman. His own life story, a powerful source of inspiration to countless others. And so, Ravi absorbed one of life's most profound and enduring lessons: the immeasurable value of time. He grasped with undeniable clarity that time, once surrendered, can never be reclaimed. It cannot be hoarded, borrowed, or purchased with all the wealth in the world. It is, in its purest form, the most precious treasure an individual can possess. Through unwavering discipline and unyielding determination, Ravi orchestrated a complete transformation of his life. He proved, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that no matter how much time may have been squandered in the past, an individual holds the power to reshape their future by making the right, decisive choices in the present. If we wield our time with wisdom, it will inevitably lead us to triumph. But if we take it for granted, it will silently slip away, leaving behind nothing but the cold echo of regret. The choice, as it always has been and always will be, rests solely with us. If this story has moved you and you're interested in more narratives that inspire personal growth and stoic wisdom, please consider subscribing to Whispers Within channel.